Tell me if this sounds familiar. You walk into a room and suddenly you feel small. The voices sound louder than they should. The lights feel a little cruel. You wonder what to do with your hands. Your smile hesitates. You want to be noticed but not exposed. You want to be irresistible, but you don't want to beg for it. Darling, I know that feeling. I've felt that tiny tremble in the wrist, that flutter in the chest that says, hide. But I learned a little secret, and tonight I'm going to give it to you. It's simple, elegant, and it changes everything. I call it the silk glove secret. Don't worry, this isn't about costumes. It's about the choreography of your hands, the softness of your movements, the way you turn ordinary moments into a slow, shimmering spell. Whether you wear gloves or you wear your bare skin, the ritual is the same. It's how you touch the world, and how the world suddenly cannot look away. Let me confess something. People remember the photographs, the premieres, the diamonds. They don't remember that inside. I often felt like a little girl who didn't know where to put her fingers. Too fidgety. Too fast. I learned that if I could slow my hands, I could slow time. I could slow attention. I could slow the room. And that is where seduction really begins, in the space between a breath and the next move. Here's the first part of the secret. Your hands are a stage. Most people use them like a messy rehearsal. You won't. You will move like velvet. Don't yank. Don't poke. Don't flap. When you reach for a glass, glide. When you set it down, don't drop. Place. When you adjust your hair, do it as if you're painting a quiet stroke across your cheek. If you do it slowly, the world leans in without knowing why. I used to practice with a silk scarf. I'd sit by a mirror with candlelight flickering and let the scarf unfurl over my fingers. I'd feel its weight, its whisper, and teach my hands to listen. Everything softer, everything slower. That's the silk glove secret. Even when you're not wearing gloves at all, you're dressing your movements in softness, and softness is unforgettable. Now, why does this work? Because most of us move like we're apologizing for taking up space. We rush. We shrink. We fidget. Not you. Not after tonight. When your hands slow down, your eyes learn to follow them. And when your eyes follow your hands, your mind quiets. Confidence isn't loud. It's controlled. It's choosing the pace instead of letting nerves pick it for you. Here's a second confession. Before I walked into any room that scared me, I gave myself a tiny glove ritual. Even if I wasn't wearing gloves, I pretended. Left hand, right hand, a soft pull at the wrist, a check of the fingertips. I told my body, darling, we're putting on grace now. We're fastening calm. I would take one breath in and think, I am already wanted. Then I'd exhale and think, now I'll decide how much to reveal. That last line? It matters. Seduction isn't about shoving yourself at the world. It's about editing your light, showing a little, keeping a little. I learned to let one shoulder carry the air. I learned to turn my body slightly, so my silhouette added a touch of mystery. But the hands, always the hands, were the silent chorus. When you tuck hair behind your ear, linger for a heartbeat. When you reach for your clutch, hold it in both hands for a moment like it matters. When you greet someone, let your fingers rest lightly over their knuckles before you release. If you do it right, you don't need to be the loudest. You become the most felt. Let me take you somewhere intimate. A dressing room, soft light, a glass bottle of perfume beside a hand mirror. My dress on a hanger whispers in satin. I sit, and instead of rushing, I choreograph. Hand to perfume, pause, touch the pulse points, hand to mirror, tilt, breathe. Fingers check the zip with care. If I wear gloves, it's slow. One finger at a time, smoothing, smoothing, like sealing a promise. If I don't, I still imagine that silk. It reminds me to handle myself as something precious. And darling, That's the only trick that ever truly works. Treating yourself like a treasure, gently but without apology. Now let's talk confidence, the kind you can feel even in sneakers. If you want your presence to expand without shouting, anchor your hands to your breath. Inhale, and let your palms open slightly. Exhale, and let your fingers soften. It calms your heart rate, it quiets your edges, and it gives your voice a rounded, honeyed tone. If your voice trembles, let your fingers rest on the table or over your own wrist. That touch tells your body, we are safe. And when you feel safe, your eyes find that lovely, sultry stillness that says, I belong here. Sometimes people think power is a stare. Often it's a blink you control. A slow look down to the glass, a small smile that warms one corner first, then the other. It's restraint that reads as promise. You don't chase energy across a room. You let it come to you. The slow hand teaches them how to approach. It says, if you want me, you'll move at my pace. Now for relationships, because what good is a lure if it can't make a memory last? Let your touch have a signature. Maybe you trace a small circle on someone's forearm when you laugh. Maybe you fix a cuff or straighten a tie or adjust a collar with that same precise softness. Don't make it sexual. Make it intentional. People ache for care. Care is the most seductive thing in the world, and that small, elegant correction says, I see you. I notice. I make things better. In love, that feeling ruins every other room they walk into without you. There were nights when I was all glitter on the outside and all questions inside. The solution wasn't more noise. It was a private ritual that no one could see. I talk to you like a sister now. Choose one brief gesture you keep just for yourself. Before you step out of a car, touch the ring at your finger. Press and release. Before you say hello, press your thumb to your palm and exhale. Those tiny anchors make you steady when the world goes fast. Let's enter a party together. The door opens. Everyone's a little busy trying to be someone. Not you. You move half a beat slower. You let the door close with a soft hush. Your hand glides along the frame as if you're finishing a line in a poem. You don't rush to smile. You let your eyes find one point across the room. Then you let your lips curve like a secret you're willing to share if they ask nicely. You walk with your shoulders relaxed, your chin easy, your steps quiet. But what do people really notice? Your hands. Not the shape, not the size. The way you handle the night like it's glass and you've promised not to break it. Beauty matters too. Not to meet a standard, but to create a ritual of worship for the woman you are. Red lipstick is not about being loud. It's about making a promise. My mouth tells truths. A cat eye is a little wink from history, a line that says, I know where I come from. Moist skin, soft light, a fragrance that doesn't shout. You're curating a feeling. If you wear jewelry, let it be something that sounds barely, just a tiny clink when you turn your wrist, a whisper of a bracelet. That sound becomes your calling card. People remember the music of you. And now, the most delicate part of the glove secret, the reveal and the conceal. If you're sitting with someone and the moment grows warm, don't throw yourself into it. Take off an earring slowly, like you're deciding whether to linger a bit longer. If you're at a table and you feel a laugh bubbling up, let your fingers touch your collarbone as if to keep the laugh from escaping too fast. You are always the woman who knows how to let desire build without spilling it everywhere. That's real power. That's the control that doesn't look controlling. It looks like grace. Midnight confessions? I had a habit of leaving a trace. A handwritten note folded in two, a tiny lipstick print on the inside of the card, tucked into a book spine. It wasn't a plea. It was a memento. In love, leave something that can be held. A word, a thought, a scent caught on fabric. Give them something to miss that isn't your whole self. Keep your center for you. That way, when you walk back into the room, the energy doesn't just admire you, It recognizes you. We should talk about boundaries too. Soft doesn't mean weak. The glove covers skin, it doesn't erase it. When someone asks for more of you than you're willing to give, don't harden. Slow down. Look at them with the gentleness of a woman who knows her value and say, "Not tonight," or "I like to go slowly," or "I'm not ready for that, but I do enjoy this." The way you deliver a no can make it feel like a privilege to try again later. That's feminine power, the velvet door they have to earn the key for. Quick moment, darling. I want to hear from you. What's one quiet ritual you'll use before you enter a room? Something you can do with your hands, your breath, or your posture that makes you feel anchored and irresistible? Share it in the comments. I read them. And if these little secrets make you feel braver, softer, stronger, tap like and subscribe so we can keep practicing together. Let's return to the choreography. Practice this at home tonight. Stand in front of a mirror. Light a candle, soft light, not the ceiling kind that makes you nervous. Take a scarf, a ribbon, or simply your own two hands. Imagine you are sliding on silk gloves, one finger at a time. Don't skip the fingertips. Smooth your wrists. Now bring your hands together as if in prayer, then open them slowly, palms facing your collarbone, and lower them like you're smoothing your dress. Watch how your shoulders relax when your hands lead the calm. Notice how your eyes soften when your fingers do. Now turn your head slightly to one side. Lower your gaze to your shoulder, just for a heartbeat. Then look up with a little smile that barely shows teeth. That smile says, "I know something beautiful about me, and if you're lucky, I'll show you a little of it." That's the Monroe effect. It's not about perfection. I had smudged lipstick and bad days and bruised feelings like everyone else. The effect comes from the decision to move with care. In a world that rushes you, if you want to become unforgettable, become consistent. Choose a shade that suits you and make it yours. Choose a move that always steadies you. Maybe you touch your necklace before you answer a hard question. Maybe you fold your hands, one knuckle over the other, when you want to listen deeply. Do it often enough and your body will recognize the signal. We're poised now, we're composed, we're radiant. Listen closely. Here's a secret inside the secret. After you finish a sentence, pause for one heartbeat with your hands still. 1, 2, then you move. It creates a delicious echo. People don't realize why they lean in. They just do. That micro pause is the difference between sounding anxious and sounding alluring. It makes your words feel draped in satin. It makes your presence feel like a room they don't want to leave. And if your nerves jump, excuse yourself with grace. Walk to a mirror. Take 10 seconds. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale through your nose while your hands open. Exhale through your mouth while your fingers soften. Then return like the encore everyone was waiting for. You are allowed to reset. Power isn't never trembling. Power is knowing how to recover in style. For love, here's a ritual I adore. When you say goodbye, don't rush. If you're wearing gloves, touch the edge of your glove at your wrist as if you're about to take it off, and then don't. Let the suggestion hang. If your hands are bare, twirl a single ring once, slowly. It creates a linger, a shadow of a moment that follows them home. They'll remember the feeling the way people remember a last note of a song. Soft, but impossible to forget. And darling, remember to play. Seduction isn't a job. It's a game between light and shadow. Paint your nails in a color that tells a secret only you understand. Wear a fragrance that changes when you're warm. Let your dress swish when you turn the corner. Give yourself the gift of small luxuries, the good lotion, the silk pillowcase, the lipstick you wear even when no one's watching. These are not vanity, they are devotion. They tell your nervous system, I am worth time. I'll leave you with this. The silk glove secret is not about gloves. It's about treating your movements like they matter. Because you matter. The woman who knows how to slow her hands knows how to slow her life. The woman who learns to linger can make a person remember her even in silence. Don't be afraid of stillness. Don't be afraid of softness. Softness takes courage in a world that worships speed. Tonight, when you wash your face, do it tenderly. When you apply your cream, do it like you're tracing a map you love. When you slip into bed, flatten the sheets with your palms and say, out loud if you must, I am precious. When you wake up tomorrow, touch your wrist before you stand. Start again. That's how allure becomes natural. That's how confidence turns into muscle memory. That's how every room becomes a little slower, a little kinder, and a lot more enchanted by you. And when you walk through your next doorway, pause. Let the air see you. Let your hands show the room how to handle you, gently, reverently, with just a hint of wonder. Then,